Hey guys, what's going on? Mouse here and welcome to this week's Simulation Gate video. This week is week against light and wind, and the algorithm of the week looks easy, but it's actually not. The boss periodically creates a shield, so this is the white shield that Meilin can remove, and probably Dongsu can remove that as well, and it also decreases elemental damage taken by monsters. So I already did my 2 runs, and I think this is gonna be a bit difficult for a lot of people because of this decreased elemental damage taken by monsters. I did find the bosses really tanky, and we have to use Meilin this week because of this shield mechanics, which you're gonna see later once we do our run. So I'm gonna start this run and show you what I'm gonna use. And by the way guys, just real quick, the new codes of the season 6 of the content creator program is already here. Mana power elixir, weapon enhancement, traces of shadow, gold. I already sent them to the current supporters, so if you need them, make sure to resupport me. The link will be in the description. Once again, thank you so much for all the support. Mr. Bombastic is still here, 140 days. Thanks so much, bro. NIDs, a lot of NIDs here. Heise, 102 days. Wow. Debringer, Maverick, 114 days. Jason, thanks so much. Just a reminder, all of the previous supports from the previous season have been automatically cancelled, so you guys have to resupport if you want to support me again this season, just to help me out as a content creator, and if you want to receive the extra codes that Netmarble is giving us. This week's Simulation Gate, proceed with caution. Don't try to force it. The enemies are tanky at tier 15, I would say, and then that shield mechanics is annoying. A lot of it also would come down to choosing or getting a good RNG on the codes. So here, let me just show you real quick what I'm using. And here's the stats of my Thomas Andre, really high. And here are the skills, as you can see, everything almost maxed out. And 4-piece curse, 4-piece obsidian for damage. And so for Gogunhi, my stats are 34k, almost 35k defense. This is grid set, by the way, and defense penetration, crit damage, and damage increase, and we got light damage here. So skill levels, grid set here, and then here are the cores. So I'm just using this. I do have a light core here on Gogunhi, but I really need that total power here. So I'm using Meilin Fisher and just blessing set, need that total power. Max out cores, need that total power, and here we go. So Meilin Fisher's weapon gives a buff when using the side whip, that's the core attack, increases the damage of the team member with the highest attack by 1% per certain HP for 12 seconds. So in this case, you have to make sure that your Thomas Andre will be the one with the highest attack. So we still have 12,562 here, and Gogunhi with 12,995. So we have to make some adjustments here. I already did make the adjustments on Meilin Fisher. Let me just show you here real quick. Just change up your globes to attack percent, and then you're gonna be able to get less attack, or just try to adjust your course here. If you have attack percent course, that's gonna be much better. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just try to change this and see what happens. We now have 10,763. On Meilin, we have 11,873. So right now we have enough attack on Thomas Andre so that he will get the weapon buff of Meilin, which is going to be a huge damage output. We are going to use this rotation because during my 2 runs, there was a problem when it comes to the synergy between Meilin Fisher and this team, because Meilin Fisher's buff duration is actually very low. And if you have to spend a lot of time on Gogunhi and the transformation, doing some skills, then we're not going to be able to use all our skills to be able to take advantage of the weapon, the buff here, and the ultimate buff as well. So we're just gonna do some manual switch whenever we need Gogunhi, but this is the setup that we're gonna use. I'm not sure if the trick is still working. You can still change this to shadows, although I'm not sure if that will still take effect. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not gonna do that. You guys can try it if you want to. So we're now here in stage number 1. So this is pretty straightforward. Don't need any kind of special buff or whatever here. So we have core attack and critical hit damage basic skill. So what I did find during my runs is that Gogunhi is not really contributing much to damage, and I really did want to focus more on really strengthening Thomas Andre. Although Gogunhi can still deal good damage with Malin's buff, he's still not the main DPS here. However, you can still change the gear somewhere in the middle, so that is fine. If you need some damage, you can change up Gogunhi's accessories to Obsidian set. But for now, we should increase our critical hit damage on the basic skills, which is gonna be the main damage skills of Thomas Andre, especially skill 2. That's very, very strong. Now we have choices here again. Ultimate Thomas Andre is still gonna be the focus here, and we are lucky to get the overclock. This has already been fixed, but still very, very helpful. I would say it still cuts off a lot of time dealing that damage towards the enemy, especially when fighting Jinwoo. This is gonna be helpful. And of course, you can press the exit button. By the way, guys, you can press the exit button if you think you cannot finish the boss stage. You can press the exit button and try it again and try to RNG these kinds of codes. So I'm gonna get this. Easy kill there. Something that will benefit Thomas Andre. Basic skill damage, infinite damage increase. Although take note that this doesn't get carried over to the next stage if I'm not mistaken. I did try the core attack. It does not get carried over to the next stage, so I would assume that it is also how it works here for the boosting basic skill damage. So here in this stage, I usually don't go to the episode because not only that it is risky, our goal for the first few stages is to find the cores that we need that would benefit us in the long run. So nothing special here yet. So we're gonna get some codes. When the user gain a shield effect, it decreases the defense of enemies within a 5 meter range by 10%. This is quite good. I think I should get this. This is still additional damage and defense reduction, and I think gain shield will work on Gogunhi and Thomas Andre as long as we don't use a carry which has a bug. But I haven't tested this personally, but I would assume that is also how it would work. Might not work well with a carry because of the bug or whatever. Let's just try this, and because we don't want to waste the codes and use that to level up our skills later on. We are now here at this stage, and we're left with system maintenance and the normal battle. We don't have anything to do yet in system maintenance. I think we can still beat the special battle stage here, so I would still risk it and try to find more cores that we can use, especially the ulti reset cores, things like those power gauge ulti. Our main focus is still gonna be, again, Thomas Andre. Shield related, again, let's just check. When the user regains HP or gains a shield effect, their damage dealt increases by 5%. So again, I have not tested this yet. I will test it very, very soon to check whether it's working properly, because it's very hard to know in this game. Like, a lot of things are bugged, mistranslated, description are not good. But still, this one looks like it would help us. So let's just pick that one. Alright, next stage is going to be a boss stage against Choi Jong-in. So the shield appears usually not at the beginning. So it's going to appear usually during the next mechanics. Right? Need to transform now. Deal some basic attack or basic skill damage. So we got some really good codes earlier. So this is very easy for us now. But if you're unlucky, might have some problems dealing with Choi. So I think the next mechanics is gonna be here. Okay. I used the second skill. So you gotta save your second skill on Maylin, ideally. Because we're just doing this very fast. So that's the shield, and can remove that instantly. And also you can also take advantage of the double ult bug on Thomas Andre. If you haven't watched my video on that yet, make sure to check it out. It's gonna help you a lot. In this case, we don't need to do that anymore because we already got some of the best codes that we would need. So hitting with an ultimate skill that deals light damage activates a beam. So I'm not sure how this works, so I try to avoid that because I'm not really sure how that one works. But let's see whether or not we can still get something that's gonna be useful. So I did reset, but we got lucky to get the decrease the cooldown of the user's basic skill. Again, this will help Thomas Andre, so we're gonna get this. We are now here with 3 choices. Depending on what you got from the previous stages, you can either, we still have 200 fragments here. So once we enter a system maintenance, we can get a chest plus 100 and we can upgrade 1 skill. So you have options here. You can either risk it on a normal battle, get some new codes, and risk it on episode, or get system maintenance. So in this case, I think we can go to system maintenance, especially if you don't have much firepower. Then you're gonna have to make sure that you have the best codes or the higher level codes that you would need for that damage output. So what I would usually get is still to max out my overclock, because this is really important against tanky enemies. Also, like I said, you can retry the stage, exit it, try to do the first ults, see if it procs. If it procs, then that's good, that's a good run. I'm gonna get this, try to enhance it and max it out before the final stage, which is going to be here. There's going to be another system maintenance here. So when the user gains HP or gains a shield effect, their damage dealt increases by 5%, up to 20 times as well. But I think the damage is going to be better. We kill, and ultimate based, we got here power gauge, and their ultimate damage increases by 50% when entering the stage. When you use this overclock extreme evasion, it charges the power gauge by 20% and decreases the cooldown by 20%. So this might be useful for Malin Fisher and Gogun He. There is a stage against Kangtae Shik, which is going to be extremely difficult. You have to do a lot of extreme evasion there, especially in one of the mechanics where he's going to do some phantom stuff. Oh, let's just take that. I think that's going to help us much better than the other one. I'm not sure if the shield firewall is working with this, because we've been having like some inconsistencies and bugs here and there when it comes to the shield mechanics. I'm not sure if you guys already heard about the palace set bug, but there's a lot of things to test. Can't test everything. Don't have time for like testing every single thing and be the QA of Netmarble. So Netmarble, please do your job properly. Please hire better QA. Alright, we actually don't need this. The boss stages don't have the shields. I'm not sure on other tiers, but on tier 15 I did not see any boss with breakage. Well, there is a boss with a breakage, but it's not the hunter that are much stronger and much more annoying to fight. So I guess let's just go for a bit more of damage here. Let's just take another enhanced battle. I really don't like doing the episodes because sometimes the rewards are not worth it. It's random, and if you lose it, I don't think you can repeat it again. I'm not sure though. Just try to avoid that stage. Thomas Andre. Alright. Increase the user's core attack, increase the elemental weakness damage of the user's basic skill. I think this one will work better, although I'm not sure. So we don't know the computation of this week's algorithm. We're just making some assumptions based on what we already know about elemental damage, how they stack. So this is already Kangtae Shik. The light debuff is actually short duration as well. I'm just using the basic skills from that because I want to get more stacks. But be careful though. If you're gonna do this, make sure that you're gonna have enough MP. Like, you won't have enough damage. So every after that mech, oops, our shield actually got cancelled. Shield removal got cancelled. This is really annoying. So 40 seconds left on the clock. Have to be careful on the MP. Make sure it's above 40%. So this is the problem here. It's still not doing the mechanics. 2, 3. So I'm not sure. I think we're not gonna have enough time on this. So what you can do here, if you know that you won't have enough time, just press exit. This is hard. Skill issues as well, but yeah. All right, and after doing that, you can go back again and try it again. One, two. So we got the very nice code for this mechanic. See? Told ya. Got power gauge and ult cooldown. Oops, missed. That's too bad. Might get shield now. So you can use ult on Thomas Andre and still swap out. It's not like Mirai wherein you're gonna lose the ult effect. So that's fine. You can do another rotation, get some buffs going on. And then try to deal a full massive damage here. Bam. What? Only that. I think we didn't have enough mana anymore. So we have to regen. Right. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, take note of that as well. Make sure that you have more than 40% MP if you are using the obsidian set. That's extremely important. Or else you're not gonna have enough damage output. I'm not sure if this is gonna be enough. Hopefully. Yeah. 8 seconds remaining. I actually would just get this just so we can get more damage out of those basic skills of Thomas Andre. And for the overclock, we'll just go to the system maintenance later and then try to max it out and get the legendary version. And we can actually do an episode now. Maybe. I think we got most of the codes that we would need. Oh boy. Obtain one collection entry. Oh, so we probably should not go to the episode next time because we're just gonna get one collection entry and we're gonna risk losing some data fragments. Oh, hopefully. Oh, we'll probably lose this one. Fuck. Lost 90. That's okay. Can we actually exit this? So let me just try if we can cheese this. Alright, so we're back. Can't get that and try it again. So again, next time don't go to the episode anymore. I don't think it's gonna be worth it. Just try to get more codes on normal battles. Maybe you can get a legendary one or at least a heroic one. Alright, the final stage will be to go to the system maintenance because we're gonna need to max out some of our codes. I think we should get this. So now let's proceed to the final special battle stage. We have to use a lot of extreme evasions here as well. So somehow that's gonna help us at least. Okay, those actually did some really bad rotations already because of the patterns. So I have to repeat this. Oh no, actually don't have to repeat this because as you can see, we got the right RNG on the overclock. So he now only has 68% HP. That's how important that code is. Even if we did quite a lot of mistakes in the rotation. Oops, I think we got another proc there. So he's now 40% HP, and after the mechanics, he's gonna do that shield. Have to remove it fast. They always move around, and this shadow is really annoying, to be honest. So another attempt there, and we still have a lot of time remaining, so I don't think there's gonna be a problem here at this point. We can just do things as we normally do. Fuck this tank. So annoying. So just make sure that you guys would keep on retargeting Jinwoo because the targeting actually sometimes automatically switches to tank whenever you switch units. And that's really annoying. Net Marble, please do something about that. That's not a good experience. Ult is still not cooldown, but we're not worried anymore. We have a lot of time. Alright, so still have 1 minute remaining. And we're done. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video. Hope this video helped and gave you at least some ideas to prepare for your simulation gate runs later this week. Thanks so much and see you on the next one.